Very good, man.
We're just here for story reasons, really. We have to give Merlin an item that Sid gave us.
Right. The biggest thing that we're getting, is just Simba. A very powerful summon that probably a lot of people didn't understand how he worked. There's a lot of mechanics in this game that people just didn't really understand playing through it casually, but you will get to see the power of Simba in this run, I promise you.
And basically, almost all summons are used in this run except for, I believe, 2. And a lot of people, like you said, casually don't even really use summons because they won't use them at proper times or they don't understand what they do. Because, to be honest, Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2 don't really explain to you what the summons really do. You don't really find out until you use them yourself. So because of that, a lot of people casually won't use them, but in speedrunning, they're actually incredibly useful on a number of fights, and you will see exactly why eventually.
Zetris also stepped on that save point very purposefully because in order to activate a save point so that you can warp to it later, you need to step on it. And he's actually going to do that when later on he gets the summon Dumbo. So that was the reason for that.
I'm taking it, sorry. I want the time.
And while we were singing, I guess the biggest thing to note is that the upcoming shopping trip is actually the only shopping trip in the game. We are going to be selling 4 things in order to get to 1,250 money, which he already sold back there. But then we're just buying 2 gummy pieces just to make that faster. Nothing else is worth it to buy throughout the run, actually. We're just going to work with what the game naturally gives us in the way of, obviously, weapons and accessories. We don't bother getting anything for Donald and Goofy.
Something of note here is that there is a boss we can fight right now called Opposite Armor, and the game kind of wants you to, but you can actually just kind of peace out right now, so that's what we're going to do and come back later for it.
So Riz here, actually, so what you're giving up throughout the middle section of the run is Arrow, which any of you who haven't played it, Arrow basically just increases your defense. So anything that 2 shots you, now 4 shots you, and so on and so forth. Actually, in Proud, it's pretty much just 2. But yeah, Riz actually has been routing out a route that gets Arrow because the mid-game is very frustrating. A lot of things can be out of your control and kill you. But yeah, the optimal route is, without a doubt, skipping Opposite Armor right now, not having Arrow, which just makes the entire mid-game in Proud mode very, very scary. And here's him getting the Fyra and the Haste Gummies. The Haste Gummy effectively is going to make the Gummy ship even more like Star Fox 64. It's just going to have a short boost.
So right there, he bought the Fyra G and Haste G, which we will immediately equip for a faster Gummy ship as soon as we leave this room.
Fuck.
All right, and with that, we are in another Gummy mission. He's going to go ahead and equip those. You'll be able to notice how much faster he's going. But next up, we have Kung Fu Fruit Cup. Thank you for joining us, love. And hey, what's up? And we will be doing Let It Go.
Yes!
Hello. Alright. I can't say I'll be as entertaining as those 2 were because, oh my god, that was so funny.
I'll be singing with, don't worry.
Okie dokie. I'm sure you may have heard, but this is Let It Go. The snow glows white on the mountain tonight, not a footprint to be seen.
For what I know, actually.
Kingdom of isolation, and it looks like I'm the queen. The wind is howling like this swirling storm inside. Couldn't keep it in, heaven knows I tried. Don't let them in, don't let them see. Be the good girl you always have to be. Conceal, don't feel, don't let them know. From now they know. Let it go, let it go. Can't hold back anymore. Let it go, let it go. Turn away and slam the door.
Blah, blah, blah.
I don't care what they're going to say. Let the storm rage on. The cold never never bothered me anyway. It's funny how some distance makes everything seem small. The fears
Wait.
that once controlled me
What happened?
can't get to me at all.
Not complaining.
It's time to see what I can do to test the limits and break through. No right, no wrong, no rules for me.
Speech reps.
I'm free. Let it go, let it go. I am one with the wind and sky. Let it go, let it go. You'll never see me cry. Here I stand, and here I'll stay. Let the storm rage on. My power flurries through the air into the ground. My soul is spiraling in frozen fractals all around. And one thought crystallizes like an icy blast. I'm never going back. The past is in the past. Let it go, let it go. I'll rise like the break of dawn. Let it go, let it go. That perfect girl is gone. Here I stand in the light of day. Let the storm rage on. The cold never bothered me anyway.
That was really nice. Not of me, of her. Hey, wow! Skip!
Alright, so here we are in Agrabah. I think all of us that collectively run this agree that
Disrespectful to the max.
this is the worst world in the run. Every single fight can go very poorly and either kill us or just waste a ton of time. We basically just don't have a lot of control. And the very first fight he's going to do, actually, you will
Fuck,
see
I don't know
Simba
this other
use.
speed threat anymore.
And he's pausing there so that the summon loads while the enemies are not moving. It doesn't actually make it go faster, it only stops the enemies from moving, or else they will hit us while we're trying to let Simba's attack go off.
Simba!
The way Simba works is
The
you hold
circle
down
of
what
life.
is the reaction command with triangle, and meter builds, and Simba's great at dealing with these hordes of enemies.
Okay.
All Zetris has to do is just store up one charge. He's waiting for all of them to come out of the ground, because then it won't hit them all if they're still in the sand, and he can effectively just wipe out the two waves of Heartless very quickly.
The game actually could have crashed there if Simba jumped at the end. If Simba's still out at the end of that fight and he jumps, the game crashes.